Okay, so let's now try taking an IPO and writing the code. Let's do it, okay? So I've given you this. This is a problem. I think it was in one of the first ones where we input 3 numbers. So we've already got the num1, num2, num3 as the input. I want you to output the sum. The steps are input num1, num2, num3, calculate sum, display sum. I want you to write every line of code, including the declarations. I also want you to write the calculations. So the declarations are going to correspond to which things? The input and the output. And then each one of these guys will be at least 1 line of code, if not more. I'm going to come around, so wake up. Okay, question. Dive right into the declarations. I want to see your declarations. I want you to skip a line, and then I want you to write the code. You don't need the IPO chart. It's here. Do your declarations. Write your code. So just do this step by step. Each one of these guys should be a declaration. I didn't give you a type. Pick a type. Declare your variables. Good. Good. We're going to do it 1 line per, remember the rule, the security rule I told you? 1 line per declaration. Okay, good. But we also need sum. So we should have 4 declarations that now go down and write the code to input num1. You're going to need 2 lines of code for that. And skip a space. Skip a space after your declarations. It's prettier. Okay, so that's fine. Semicolons after each one. Okay, that's good. Now, I want you to go to the processing steps. And what's the first processing step? Input num. So what are the lines of code you need in order to input them? What do I need? What are the lines that I'm going to need for this guy? A CIN, correct. What else, though, before CIN? Cout, right? Okay, so this guy, so you should have 4 declarations, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip a space to make it pretty. 2 lines of code. Because you don't want to just do a CIN, they won't know what to enter. What do we call that line that happens before the CIN? Cout, but what else do we call it? Prompting the prompt, okay? Okay? So I'm coming around again. So I should see code. Okay, now user doesn't know what num1 is. So you say enter 3 numbers or enter a number. Num1 is a variable. The user doesn't, you know what I mean? Okay? So be friendly to the user. You can say enter 3 numbers. That's fine. And then you can do CIN and input all 3 into the, remember how I showed you how to do that? Okay, so everybody's got declarations. You either chose int or float. It doesn't matter. Int num1. Nice and pretty, lined up. Int num2. Okay? Pat them back. Input num1, num2, num3. Skip a line. Okay? User doesn't know care a crap about num1, num2, num3. You tell the user, enter 3 numbers. The human. Okay? And then CIN, num1, arrow, arrow, num2, arrow, arrow, num3. Semicolon. No endtails with CIN. Pat on the back. This line of code. And now we know how to do that because we learned how to do that today. We learned 2 operators. What are the 2 operators we're going to need to do calculate sum? Addition and what? Assignment. Okay? All right, so did you get it? So keep going. So now how do you calculate sum? How about starting with this? Sum equals. And then what? We did this with 2 lines of code. Now I'm going to calculate sum. Sum equals num1 plus num2 plus num3 to display the sum, I say C. I could do it a couple different ways. Okay? If I just want to say sum is, what about if I would like to echo the input? How could I do this so this echoed the input? Tyler? Or I could do actually plus signs. And either way is okay. Okay? Okay, so all the tools come together. Nothing goes away in this class. We learn about declaring variables. We learn about operators. We learn about assignment. Each one of these things we'll just keep building on. Okay? We'll keep building, building, building with these tools. Question, Jared? So I probably, otherwise it would look ugly. You know, it would stay at the beginning of the... And here is the solution as well. Why do I like this one better? Oops, let me put the screen down. You can't see, can you? Let me put the screen down. Okay, so this was the first solution. This was just displaying the sum. And this is fine. But I like this solution better because this actually told me what the 3 input values were. Why is it a good idea to echo the input? They know what they entered. So that if you mistyped, that you would know you don't take the answer on blind faith. You don't take the answer on blind faith, okay?